It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brew York Craft Brewery, and it's a can of their Jarsa Session Ale coming in at 3.7% ABV. There's a look at the can. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass then. A very clean looking beer. Look how bright that looks. Clarity is fantastic, super clear. Good levels of carbonation, 3-finger white head. Let's get the aroma. Light amber coloured beer. Oh, blimey. Ton of hops. 3.7% ABV. For some reason I went into this review all nice and relaxed thinking, yeah, this is going to be okay, and bang, smack full of American hops. Tons of grapefruit, tons of pine needle, orange peel, tangerine, fleshy blood orange. What a surprise! Smells fantastic. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. That is absolutely fantastic. Before I talk about the hops and the malt and the bit of dry taste you get from the yeast, before I talk about any of that, I want to talk to you about the main ingredient in the beer. And you might be scratching your head thinking, what is the main ingredient if it's not hops and malt and yeast? It is, of course, the water. The water quality in this beer is absolutely fantastic, super soft. It just lends itself so well to this specific style of beer, this easy drinking beer. Soft water. It just puts everything on it just lifts everything up and holds it in the air. So with the hops in one hand, the malt in the other, and it says, here's me behind you, holding you up for you to have a nice platform to work off. That's what this soft water quality does. It makes it very refreshing, very easy drinking, and then the hops and the malt can shine and do their work. So to talk about the malt and the hops, let's start off with the malt. It's a little bit biscuity, a little bit of sweetness there, a little bit of breadiness, a little bit of nuttiness coming through. And then the real star of the show are the hops. Grapefruit, pine, citrus. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And now, as I'm able to get the rest of the beer in the glass, a fantastic haze there. Look at that for a beer. I just know it's going to taste even better now with that unfiltered goodness added to the beer. Let's dive in. Yeah, it just makes it a little bit more rounded. It gives the beer a little bit more depth, a little bit of strength behind it. It's fantastic. A real good, easy drinking session ale, as it's called. The Jarsa Session Ale. Juicy and refreshing. Let's see what the brewer says about this beer. Juicy and refreshing session ale. See what we did there. That's light and easy drinking, but with a big dry hop kick of tropical and citrus notes from classic and experimental US hops. Believe it or not, at 3.7% ABV, you may not be thinking that this is one of the best beers that Brew York have produced. But let me beg to differ. This is one of the best beers that I've drunk a lot of Brew York beers over the last few months. This is one of their best beers by far. It's so juicy, so grapefruity, so easy drinking. Great biscuit malt flavours, a little bit of dryness coming from the yeast on the back end. It's a fabulous beer. rating. You may have heard me many times complaining that once beers go below 4% ABV, they kind of lose character, they more or less lose everything. They're kind of life support beers. They're just, you know, you hear me moaning all the time that I just don't see much point in them. This, on the other hand, is probably one of the best, if not the best, 3.7 or let's say under 4% beer that I've ever reviewed on the channel. It is absolutely fantastic. Stone the crows. I like this beer enough to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! And cheers.